my God. Hi. Hey, we have music. Welcome to the Lost Omens podcast. That intro music.
That was magical.
I thought you were going to pee your pants.
That was great.
Thank you,
good.
Syrinscape.
Yes, thank you so much, Syrinscape. Dan and I were digging through some audio files and nothing was clicking. And then we heard that one and we're like, oh, all right, that's it.
Circus Music, Act 1.
Yeah. So thank you. So this is, like I said, the Lost Omens podcast. We're coming at you from the Professional Casual Network's podcasting cavern, which is an accurate description of it.
Sure.
If you are a Patreon, you're familiar. So thanks for coming back to join us. If you're not, welcome. We are playing through Pathfinder 2e. We're starting with Extinction Curse, and we're super excited. If you are interested at all in more of this, head over to our Patreon because we went through Tarnbreaker's Trail and some other one-shots, and they were super great. So we have lots of extra content there. I am your GM, Dani. I'm going to be taking you through this wild circus carnival ride, and I'm joined with, 5 of my favorite nerds in the whole wide world. So we've got the executive producer of the Professional Casual Network, Tim.
Hello.
What's up?
Nothing. I'm just fucking here doing the show.
You feel like you're I'm just in your basement for 7 hours a day.
Oh, I mean, today's going to be a lot more than that, but yeah. Well, that would be a day off.
Right? You are just living in the cavern. But, that is life. We've also got host of Big Fiction Energy and the Grim Podcast of Perilous Adventure, Dan Cole.
That's me.
I had so many other things to say, but I'll keep it nice.
You can save it for future episodes.
Yeah.
It's weird not being the GM. I don't mind it.
Are you going to try and usurp my power?
Nope.
You can
It's
try.
weird respecting the GM in a game.
Wow. I'm going to remember that when we record Papa next.
I mean, Lucky's going to die literally
gonna
any moment.
die.
So
See, what makes it so much better is you've GM'd almost all of us.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Ben.
Nice. I've got some big shoes to fill, I guess. Also, you may know him and love him as Bruno on the Grim Podcast of Perilous Adventure. We've got
That's
JB.
me.
That's you. It's me, Bruno.
I didn't know Bill Cosby was here.
Yeah, that's my amazing Bill Cosby impression. It's me, Bill Cosby. I like to put in the pops. I feel like
Wrong video game.
video game. But yeah, here to roll some dice and kill some things.
I'm super excited. Thank you for joining us on this adventure as well.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And then, friend of the podcast from Throwlash Gaming.
Hi.
Hi, it's Taylor.
I'm the guy that brought the vodka, so you're welcome, everyone.
Everybody's best friend, And joining us from afar over from the Carton podcast, not Codcast. They don't specialize in fish. It's Ben. What's up, Ben?
Specialize in cod pieces. Thank you for having me. Live from Philadelphia. It hasn't burned down yet.
Well, that's good. That's very good news. Exciting. All right. So this we're counting as episode 0. You are going to get to know the players and their characters. Very exciting. Why don't we go around and tell us?
We're supposed to have a character ready?
You're fired. Go.
Fired!
You have to go stand in the corner that JB just pooped in.
Ooh, can we whip him this time?
Yes. Who brought a
10
switch?
lashes.
I always have my whips and chains.
Yes.
we've
You're
only
always
been
prepared.
discussing this game and these characters for 3 months, and JB and I were both down here scrambling to figure out names and what we were doing.
So funny.
So what do I roll for stats?
You don't.
Willpower, toughness. Wait, what?
You actually put a bunch of dice in your mouth and you spit them out.
Yeah.
And whatever number comes out.
Nope.
There you go.
You swallow those dice.
And
You wait for them to pass, and that's your roll.
Is that why it took 3
right.
months for us to?
Exactly.
Yep.
It's been a long time in the making. Lots of that. So we are not going to reveal character classes, though. So you have to guess them. And if they come up organically, then that's cool, too. So let's share character names. And what else?
Ancestry.
Yeah, name, ancestry. We'll go around and do that. And then I have some, hot interview questions for you. Hot.
Just coming in hot.
Hot takes. Hot. All right, we'll start with Tim.
No.
Okay.
So my character's name is Mud.
Mud. With 1D or 2Ds?
It's 2Ds now.
Yes. Those were my favorite jeans in middle school.
Go ahead and update that.
I didn't have any of those, but they were nice.
I could appreciate them from both close and afar.
Some mud jeans.
I am a tiefling by day, but ancestrally, I am an elf.
Okay.
Which I'm not a huge fan of. But
Wait, what?
An elf?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Did you get to choose that?
Yeah. No, we can't choose that. That's how I was born, dummy.
You haven't found the elf gene yet?
No. I keep wearing different like Wranglers and Lees and Levi's and just.
Oh my!
You keep choosing the organic ones. Those are the elf ones. You got.
So wait, you're two races? I'm confused.
So how Tiefling and Aasimars and Changelings and Duskwalkers and stuff work in Pathfinder is they are a heritage off of the ancestry. So you can have Tiefling and Aasimar, orcs, humans, elves, dwarf, anything. Anything could be a tiefling. It's just fell infernal blood in your heritage somewhere.
I really like how they did that in this edition. I think it's super cool.
I do too.
Very cool. All right. Thank you, Mud.
What's happening over there?
Zen.
Woosha.
Are you a red-skinned halfling?
Very, very
not
red.
Halfling. Tiefling.
Yep.
So, Tiefling, what is your stature like?
What do you mean?
Are you tall?
Some would say that, yes, if they are shorter than me.
I should have known.
No, he's like, yeah, he's tall, 6'1", super lean looking. Looks ripped, isn't.
Interesting.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How do you look ripped but aren't?
Listen, it just happens to say in part of my character background that looks significantly stronger than he is.
Oh.
Have those good Levi jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes a little more sense.
Rugged. All right, Dan.
Well, I got to look something up first. I just wanted to see how tall my people usually are.
Okay.
So I am playing Brennan Nimblemind. That's the name he gave himself. Who is a rat folk. Or he much prefers it when people use the proper term, which is Yosoki, what we call ourselves. I'm about 4 feet tall. You look like a rat that stands on my hind feet.
Yeah.
And I have kind of cream-colored fur with red eyes. Mostly just because I know it'll make Dani uncomfortable.
Ugh.
And I like to wear basically a yellow trench coat. Which, will be like a sleeve on somebody else.
Right.
Super inconspicuous, too. It'll be really great for sneaking around with your bright
It's
yellow
not
rain
bright
jacket.
yellow. It's kind of a muted yellow.
Are you going so not April O'Neil?
No, not that bright.
Okay.
It's kind of like a mustardy yellow.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a rapier on his hip. He's got a sap on his back. He's just...
Yeah,
here.
and two of my favorite things, albino rodents and mustard. Great, thank you.
Two great tastes.
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to your character.
Oh, man. I got a Hero Forge model and everything. You better not kill
You
him
made
too soon.
such a delicious snack.
I don't know how Dan died in
terrifying.
episode 0. But
It was incredible. I didn't expect to have a combat right now, but,
Just a cut with just mine. It's like a jewel.
Yeah.
Brutal lasted longer. That's amazing.
Oh, my goodness. All right, JB, tell us about yourself.
I made a dwarf, a strong-blooded dwarf, and named him Fulgrim.
All right.
Let's see. Like Dan's character, he has a bottle on his hip and a clan dagger in his hand. He's very particular about his clan dagger, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Right on.
Is he bearded?
Of course he's
Yes.
bearded. He's a
Dan,
dwarf.
you can't ask that about people.
Especially shorter
God.
people who are dwarf-like.
He's probably taller than me.
That's fair.
Only 4 feet tall.
Dwarves are very particular about their beards, and so is Fulgrim.
All right. Right on. Thank you. You're not red beady eyes too, right?
No.
Okay,
no,
good.
He's got bright red eyes.
And
And all of our characters do.
Also not bearded, much to the chagrin of everybody. I can't grow a beard.
Oh, no.
Everybody else can, though. That's cool.
yeah, even Danny's just rocking one.
Give it the program.
All right. Taylor?
I will be playing Zaresk, who is a cliff scale lizard folk.
Fun.
Yeah.
So are you tall?
Yeah, I'm about 6'7", 6'8".
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
you are
Okay.
very tall.
Big boy.
It's a tall drink of water.
Excruciatingly.
What color are your scales? Are you green or blue?
I'm
or-
like a bluish gray.
Okay.
Excuse
Like
me.
a steel.
We could go steel. I'll go with steel.
That's cool.
Like a blue steel.
Like a blue steel, yeah.
It's derelict, please.
I'm opening my computer up to me.
It's in the computer.
I am in the
Files are
machine.
in the computer.
So yes, I'm like a blue gray, and then like under my chin and my scales are like a almost a teal, like an aquamarine maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
That sounds delightful.
Cool.
blends in decently with rock.
Right on. All right. And last but not least, Ben, who are you?
My character's name is Curva. He is a rainfall orc, which means that he comes from a rainforest. He's pretty tall. He's like a 6'6"-ish, so not quite the lizard folk, but still really, really beefy boy.
Jeez, you guys.
He's got a kind of green, leathery sort of skin, like fading into brown because he spends a lot of time in the sun. He's never wearing a shirt. He's got like a wrap/kilt thing around his waist, and his hair is tied back in dreads, and he's got a bandana on top.
Right on.
Oh, and he's usually rocking some form of janitorial equipment. A broom, a mop, a bucket, something in that vein.
You got to be prepared, right?
Prepared for anything.
Messes.
Most of the time, it's a mess.
Yeah.
That's the one constant in life.
Constantly cleaning up
Fair.
after that lizard folk.
What?
Scales everywhere.
I don't shed. I'm not that old yet.
You're molt, right?
Skin,
Yeah.
not scales.
You dummy.
Is that like an age thing? Like
No,
you
I
have
think
to-
actually they would fall off to make room for bigger scales.
Yeah, right?
I would imagine,
Yeah,
right?
science
Is that how
teacher, yeah.
lizards work?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
shed
like
their
reverse
skin all the
hermit
time.
crab. Yeah.
I'm not a lizardologist.
Lizardologist.
Dan is, as our daughter calls him, a fact person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Because
leaning into that with Brennan too.
He's the science teacher, so he's all about facts.
Yeah, everything's got to be right.
Yeah. Loser. Anyway, all right.
Stop
So
describing my character.
you all find yourselves together because you are part of the Circus of Wayward Wonders. So you should have some kind of an idea of how you came to join this. Okay.
Fucking around.
God, stop touching it.
What's happening?
What? Dan keeps touching buttons.
I didn't really. I was just kidding.
Okay. So, as we start to think about how you came to be part of the circus and how you got to know each other, let's talk about some background questions. So, the first thing I want to know is, where are you from? And we'll go with JB first. Sorry.
Random.
God damn it. Let's see.
Brutal.
Fulgrim is going to be from the city of Absalom.
Okay.
Yep. Him and his family are dwarves of that city, and he is not part of there anymore.
All right.
That was terrible.
He's not part of there anymore. Welcome to me.
How you worded that? He's not.
Holy shit. All right. So his family is from the city of Absalom, and they don't have deep ties there, but they are originally from there.
Yeah. Everybody's from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to be connected
Good.
closely. Taylor, where are you from?
I'm looking at the the map of Isle of Kortos here. Is that how you pronounce
Sure.
words?
I pronounced it Kortos in my head, but
Kortos.
whatever. I don't know what it.
I was a Protoss player, but they had two S's. So,
Yeah.
anyways, the Kortos mounts. I'm guessing those are mountains. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would probably be from there-ish.
That would make sense.
Right.
Sure. Right on. Ben, where's that rainforest you're from?
He does. His first memories are being below decks on a ship.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, he has one of those tragic backstories, but luckily he doesn't know what it is. He just woke up on a ship.
So you've got dreads and you carry a mop and bucket, you wear a kilt and you're shirtless and you have a tragic backstory. I hope we get some female listeners because, I mean, come on.
What more do you need?
Right? That's like 90s teen heartthrob all over. Are you Heath Ledger?
I am Heath Ledger. You got it in one.
Dang it. Yes.
I got to be honest. I'm at half mast already. Like,
oh my gosh. All right. I'm going to start using
that's appropriate because he's always on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on a boat. So Tim or Mud, where are you from?
I am from a small town right outside of the forests in between Cheliax and Isker. So I grew up on the mainland north of the Inner Sea. And small community, heavily religious, but sometimes that happens out in the woods.
It's true. It's very true. All right. And Brennan/Dan.
Yeah. So I am from the sewers of Absalom.
Oh,
As a sewer rat. And I didn't like it at all. It's real dirty down there.
Yeah.
And it's just, I needed to get a change of things. So I don't, not a huge fan of Absalom in general, especially not the sewers. So the
I feel like
circus
that's very fair.
has been a nice change.
Yeah. Should you judge a city by its sewers, though?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, in the way sewers go, Absalom has some really nice ones, obviously, but it's still a sewer and gross.
Sure. Cool. I'm going to stick with you, Brennan. Tell me about your family. What's your family like?
It's real big. It's 12 brothers and sisters.
Wow.
At least. My mom may have eaten a few of them. I'm not sure.
But you're one of 13 who survived past the birth.
Yeah, so I have a very large family in the Warren. One of the reasons I left is just because it's hard to stand out when there's so many other Yosoki around.
It's fair.
And a lot of them didn't appreciate my affinity for cleanliness. So I was also the only nearly white furred in my litter. So all my brothers and sisters are either black furred or brown. And I mean, some of them called me the runt, but I don't know if that was strictly proven ever. So
right. And now, do you think that your white fur helped to increase your desire for cleanliness? Like if you were brown or black furred, would you maybe not notice so much?
I mean, it's not stark white. It's like a off-white cream color.
Yeah.
But yeah, it certainly showed the dirt much more readily than anybody else's. So it was constantly cleaning takes a long time. So getting out of the sewers has freed up a lot of my time.
How happy for you.
Yeah. I don't have to lick myself clean all the time, which is especially gross in the sewers.
Ew. Yeah. Yuck. That's how you get pink eye.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I already have pink eyes.
it's a constant state of pink eye.
Oh my gosh. Fulgrim, tell me about your family.
My family? Let's see. My father is quite disappointed in me. All right. We don't talk much. My mother is still alive and we still keep in contact, though. I have two brothers, right? Both older than me, right? And I don't know what's happened to them, though. I went off to school and we've kind of lost contact.
All right. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Womp womp. Tell me about it. Zaresk? Zaresk. Okay.
Well, in the cliffs, there's a lot of natural predators that are around, especially for lizard eggs. So I was part of a litter of 7, and me and my sister were the only ones that made it out of a bird attack. Yes?
Lizard folk would be a clutch?
I'm sorry? I'm sorry, out of the clutch of eggs.
I like how you're getting into character there.
Yep. Excuse me. I know. I don't know the word in common. I know it in my tongue.
Fair.
Nice save.
Good. Very good.
So yeah, I just never really understood the hang out in the cliffs, look at the stars, just be patient, that sort of thing. And I really like colorful stuff. And when you're hanging around stone all the time, there's not a lot of that. So, humans were fun to be around, mainly because they're dumb and gullible.
True.
So, yeah, I just
That's right. We have no humans.
We have zero
Because humans are dumb.
That's
Don't need
incredible.
It's because humans are stupid.
I love it.
It's great. We make one hell of a coin off of them. It's fantastic. And you know what's shiny and colorful? Gold. It's great.
True. That's true. Yeah. Cool. Mud, tell me about your family.
So, I mean, I grew up in a, foresty, fruity elf community. I have an older sister that was destined for greatness, and everyone from my family is going to be so fucking great. I'm actually the one that's going to be the fucking best at everything.
Okay.
She might be chosen by gods or whatever, or whoever. I don't fucking care. But all the attention was on her. My parents were both around. I actually grew up in a really great family, if you were, anyone but me. So I took off and joined the circus because my sister's a dick, and everyone only cared about her.
All right.
Yep.
Man, older sisters are the worst.
Pause. Flag. Good. Do you mind giving us the questions beforehand, just so I have an idea?
Yeah, no problem. All
right.
So I'm going to ask how religious you are.
All right.
Fly. I can't find it. Real quick, Taylor, how the fuck do you spell Zaresk?
Xareske.
Wait,
ARES.
X-A-R-E-S.
Who are your best friends and worst enemies?
K-E.
All right. Does anybody want to be my best friend?
You grew up with parent
Historically
troubles?
best friends and worst enemies, or current?
Either.
Say again. I'm
Past
sorry.
or current.
Enemies or friends?
Best friends,
Best
worst
friends
enemies.
or worst enemies. And that
All
could
right.
be current or in the past.
Okay.
Prized possessions.
Prized possessions. Okay, I got that one easy.
This says who are you loyal to, but maybe I don't know if I want to know your you know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
And who do you love or hate?
Love or hate? Oh, geez.
And what did you want to do before joining the circus? Is that going to come too close to character classes, though?
But can I ask, is there ever going to be a question of how we actually did join the circus? Because
question too.
I don't know if is that going to happen in session 1, or because it feels like a scene missing without that.
We could
change
discuss
last
that
question
now.
to why did you join the circus?
Why did you join the circus?
All right.
Okay. So I'll do that instead of what did you want to do before the circus? Why did you join the circus?
What was the
Okay.
the other circus that we were all supposed to have been a part of?
God damn, I went over this 7 times. I'm just kidding. Mistress Dusklight's Celestial Menagerie.
Do we have to be part of that?
You do not.
Okay.
It's just one possible entryway.
Was anyone else part of that?
Hold on. Mistress
I figured I could.
Dustlights.
Mistress Dusklight's Celestial Menagerie. And that was in Escadar.
Menagerie. All right. Yes. Was anybody else a part of that?
I was planning on it.
You were?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
you were? No.
I was not.
Ben, were
Ben.
you a part of the old circus?
It depends on when I met Dan, I guess. It would work either way. So yeah, let's just say I was. That gives us some time to establish backstory together. I think that's cool.
Okay.
All right.
And the current...
You were part of the menagerie, right, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I will not be, just so that we could have a good split on that.
Okay.
All right.
And the current circus is less than a year old.
Okay. And
Or roughly a year older.
Okay.
So those of you who were part of the old circus, you left less than a year ago, it says. So
okay. And let's see. Male, female?
Male.
Male.
I think we're all male.
yeah.
Everyone's male. Good.
I tried to set precedent last time, but no one caught on.
No, that was good.
No, I got it.
Let's see. And then
Right?
Or not caught on. I meant like no one followed my example for this
Right.
one.
Oh, gotcha.
That's true. We're punks.
It'd be hard to do it for more than a one shot, I think. So, that's the way it
That's
is.
fair.
let's see. I'm going to say that I'm going to be loyal to Xerxes. All right? No.
Zarask.
Zarask. Good. Maybe
Xerxes. I mean, you could do Xerxes too if you want.
You can't bleed, I hear.
Zarask. Okay, good.
I will also go by the name Xerxes.
Okay, cool.
Just call him a different name every time.
Zarask. All right.
That's his
and-
name.
Good friend.
Zephaniah.
And then
You are fun,
call
small,
you
stout
Deke.
human.
why am I loyal to you? How about that? So I was a barkeep before this.
I love spending
You know,
gold.
of like
Yeah.
23 minutes in.
All right. So you shall be a
Just 'cause I
good
can't flag
customer
the
of
video.
mine, and I'm gonna say my bar burned down. Okay.
Maybe one day I ask if you want to come with me.
All right.
We can find circus.
Yeah. After my bar burns down. Great prize possession.
I had
All right.
no relation with bar burning down.
All right.
I
And
just happened to be outside.
best friends. Do we? We
I hate that
need
clown.
to know one of you.
Jellicoe bounce bounce.
Right.
Yeah, he's a fucking dick.
All right.
Oh, are you going to be mad at him too?
Because he's an asshole. It's not like he's fun and you're like, oh, kids and stuff. Yeah, but he's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
Fucking hate that guy.
Fucking fuck.
All right. We're going to have that in
So
common.
I'll
I
tell
like
you
that
that.
a lot.
Okay.
He convinced me to punch a kid at the menagerie, and then I got fired.
Okay. All right.
I love it.
I like that Victor
Volcano.
volcano. Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the fire breather Pokemon trainers.
Let's see.
You could always go like a slightly different rivalry, and instead of being like antagonists, be like, I want to be just like you, bro.
Right.
And like trying to do stuff constantly like him, but it fucks up his shit.
Right. Okay. All right. I like that.
I mean,
He's why your bar burned down.
oh my god. Can we do that?
Sure.
I can't
All right.
remember at all who the other potential antagonists were.
There was a shithead fucking clown and the fire breather.
Yep. And then Daring Danica, who's the
lion
lion tamer.
And her
Okay, cool.
lion.
Yep. Who's a lion?
I hate
She
that
is a lion?
Oh, I'm also terrified of
No,
it.
she has a
Oh.
lion.
Okay.
Because it's a big cat
Right.
and you're a small puny
That has
mouse.
nothing to do with it.
Now, of
Tiny
you
rodent.
three, right? You were all part of that circus, right? Could one of us be like best friends with one of you, so that
I mean, Taylor and I could have bonded over that fucking dickhead clown.
Was he from the old circus?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, I'm a blow-in. I just came in at this
Oh, gotcha.
circus. I mean,
Right.
Hey, guys. I'm here now.
I was thinking of doing either butcher or barkeep, and I'm leaning towards barkeep. So, but the butcher thing didn't sound too bad either. But all right, so did you guys know each other before the other circus?
I didn't know anybody. I just popped in one day. And I was like, oh, I'm here now.
All right, I
Suddenly
feel
there
like
was a lizard.
What's that?
But you
Suddenly there was a lizard.
8-foot tall lizard. Hey, guys. Or 7-foot tall lizard.
What's going on here? A circus? All
So
right.
weird.
All right.
But if we're friends and my barn burnt down and you're like, hey, let's join the circus, right? I feel like you should know somebody that had already been in the circus, so you have an in.
So
with
my
the circus.
thing is, and obviously we'll go over this later,
Yep.
but I just, I wanted to get away from where I was and just like travel. And
Okay.
just go around and do whatever the hell I wanted.
All right.
So one day I was like, oh, there's a fucking circus here. So I just started helping Rigger guy with some stuff.
Okay.
And apparently he didn't hate me too much. So I just stayed.
All right. Gee whiz. All right. I feel like I need a stronger connection to this circus then.
So I planned on being like the barker, the dude fucking yelling at people to win their girlfriend's prizes and shit.
Right.
And I cleave to literally anyone that's not a human.
Okay.
So as you were non-human, I would
Yeah.
absolutely be like, bro, fucking hang out. Come
Okay.
on.
All right.
So we're all blow-ins.
All right. And yeah, with my barkeep background, I was definitely thinking of being like, the butcher of the thing and eating glass just to get people to come over to the beer tent, right? Beer tent owner, right? Be like, all right, you guys need a beer tent person? All right. I
Beer
get that.
content.
All right. Cool.
Cool. All right.
Here
30
we
even.
go.
All right. And Curva, you probably don't know much about your family then, yeah?
So, my family, as far as I know, is the people that I grew up on the ship with. There was one other orc. He was the cook, but most of them were humans. And I kind of saw them as my family, but it was more just like a structure. Like the family was the crew. members of it would go in or go out, but the roles would stay the same. And so it's just being kind of in that hierarchical structure that really felt like family to me.
I like that a lot. Yeah, your family's not always those you're biologically related to.
And they're interchangeable.
Right, yeah.
Like, you know, life on the sea is ruthless.
There's one thing I know. Dads come and they go, so whatever.
I sure do.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we had like a bunch of mutinies, so there were a good number of different captains.
Dang. Did you find yourself clinging to any kind of religion while you were on the boat or since you've gotten off the boat?
You know, life is cheap. In those situations, people die all the time. Run-ins with pirates. Also, because we were pirates, although he doesn't like talking about that. But so you don't generally get attached to, you know, possessions or any kind of like status or power. Simply like the freedom of the ocean, I guess, would be the closest thing that Curva has to a religion.
Oh, I like that. What about you, Zaresk? I'm going to get it wrong every time.
That's everybody.
I just spell it phonetically on my character
He gave it to us phonetically, and I was like, no, I'm going to write it the way that it is, and I'm going to figure it out.
Zaresk. I'm sorry, what was the question?
Are you religious?
Not really.
Okay.
You know, life and the moon and the stars go by, and I just kind of follow it. So,
cool.
If there's something up there, great. You know, it might have a purpose for me. I haven't found it yet. So I'm not like, ugh, God, religion, but at the same time, just going on.
All right. Modern day agnostic.
Yeah.
Right on. Fulgrim.
Fulgrim likes Caden Killian. He's a strong follower. You know, usually once a week he prays and he does his rituals to Caden. Plus, having a bar for a time, he really liked the folks that also like Caden Killian coming in and spending their sweet coin at his bar.
Nice. Love it. Brennan, who do you pray to?
Not really a religious type. Brennan's all about seeking and exposing the truth. Doesn't matter where that comes from. It doesn't really matter the means. The truth is the most important. And that's why he's constantly correcting people. Because if you're saying something that's demonstrably false, he's going to point that out.
Yeah.
He's all about, and that's what he's all about. I didn't see anybody. I can't think of anybody in the pantheon of Pathfinder of Galarian that stands for like truth above all else. He's a fan of Iomade and Sarenrae a bit, but he doesn't particularly take part in any religious anything, really.
All right. Very cool. And Mud.
So Mud has a super convoluted history with gods. His sister was the chosen of Calistria. And that's kind of what his entire upbringing was based around, was that his sister was the chosen of Calistria and she was going to do all this great shit. But the thing is that I was spoken to by a couple gods, and I'm pretty familiar with them, but no one would listen to me at all about that. And they're kind of dicks about it. So I don't even really know if she was actually chosen or if she just talks about it. But I actually, you know, have really good relationships with a whole bunch of different gods, and kind of, you know, got overshadowed a lot. And it's kind of, you know, I have a chip on my shoulder about it.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Dang, man. So with that chip on your shoulder, who would you say are like your worst enemies or your best friends?
Best friends, really anyone that seems like a best friend would be anyone that I've seen maybe be slighted, not believed, or persecuted for being right in a situation that they were certainly correct in, but were mistreated anyway. And people I don't like, religious zealots. People that think they fucking know everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smarty pants.
Oh.
I was going to say, you guys are going to be best friends. Oh, never mind.
It's different when you do know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, or people that, just are fucking lucky for no reason, where they get the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter, everyone fucking likes them, and they have nothing to back it up. They just happen to be in the right place at the right time. People just like their aesthetic or their vibe or their look, and they are able to succeed based on that.
Okay.
Also, my sister, she's a fucking dick. I hate her.
When you ask about best friends and worst enemies, are you're talking about generally like the kind of people you like and dislike, or are you referring to specifics?
Whichever one you want to go with is totally fine. Yep.
Also, I fucking hate humans. They are so stupid, judgmental.
Dirty.
They're here for like 8 years or however long they live. And
They sweat so much.
oh my God, they do.
Constantly.
Why don't they just lick themselves
Right?
instead of sweating? Duh.
Duh.
They also treat very specifically tieflings like they're fucking devils or whatever,
Right.
just because we look like them and we have their blood in our blood. But,
Being part devil.
that's on them, not me.
Yeah. Yeah, just because you're part devil doesn't mean you are a devil.
Right.
Yeah, that's not fair. Yeah. Brennan, who are your best friends or worst enemies?
At this time, my best friend is Curva. I really appreciate having a large, strapping orc around.
Thanks, bro.
People, they called me the runt. I don't really think I was, but I don't have the data to back that up at this time because I can't measure all of my siblings. But yeah, be my best friend. Other people in the circus I like for the most part. I don't have any specific enemies or whatever. I forget how you worded it.
Worst enemy.
I don't have a specific worst enemy. I just don't like people that... I don't like it when people try to act like they know something when they don't. And like lying for a specific purpose is one thing, but when people really think that they know something and they're just wrong, really irks me. It's just, educate yourself.
Right.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
Like we're Yosoki, not rat folk. You're just being willfully ignorant. That word is very common.
Rat sulk.
Thank you. Curva, do you feel the same way about Brennan as he feels about you?
Similar but distinct. So my best friend growing up was definitely my the orc chef that we had on board, who's kind of a father figure, but easy come, easy go. He died in the shipwreck that brought me here. So what you gonna did? But I view Brennan as my best friend, but honestly, it's more like he's sort of fulfilling the role of captain. Like he has the honor of giving me my marching orders. I kind of view him in that kind of structured light, to the point of actually calling him Sir Brennan. So that's sort of the relationship as I see it, is I am like a worker on his ship, so to speak.
Wonderful.
I tend to dislike people who view menial labor with disdain. Like I'm all about keeping the ship clean and, doing my chores and making sure everything runs smoothly. And people who turn up their nose at that rub me the wrong way. Also, people who challenge the hierarchy of, an established kind of relationship are going down. Protect the captain is sort of the prime directive as far as Curva is concerned.
Cool. I like that a lot. Fulgrim, best friends, worst enemies.
My best friends are always those folks who can find a little extra coin in the bottom of their pockets. The ones that want to buy that drink for the rest of the crowd, right? The ones that don't mind giving a little to get a lot back, right? The folks that he really finds abhorrent are the ones that don't allow people to express their freedoms, right? That try to confine people to the little boxes that they feel that they should be in. His father was really like that. And Fulgrim definitely didn't want to fit inside that small little box. He doesn't like anything to be in bondage or kept in cages. He's as a adherent of Caden Kalian. He's definitely wants people to feel free and open and able to express themselves how they see fit.
I like that.
Yeah.
Break out of the boxes.
Break out of the boxes.
All right.
Real quick, I love it how we all like sold our souls to a circus, like to work for this circus, and we all want to be free.
Right.
Like, everybody's like, freedom, I just want to be free. It's like, I got to do my 9 to 5 now.
I mean, that's the Carney code. Come on,
Right.
travel the world. You'll live in luxury.
Right.
So I'm just wondering about this like circus. Like, all right, so since I just said that, I'm like, all right, so this circus is hopefully they don't keep any animals in cages, because we're gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna be like, hey,
I gotta let those out.
I should probably let those out.
As long as someone of authority says that it's the way it is, I see no problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Let them out of those cages. All right. Zaresk.
Good job.
Got it. Yeah.
Best friends?
Yes.
At the moment, traveling buddy, Fulgrim here has been really great. The fact that he owned a bar was fantastic, because I do enjoy having coin and I enjoy spending it on either, a nice thing to drink, a decently hot meal, because they were decent, and, some good companionship. I don't really have any mortal enemies. There's this clown that's kind of a dick, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, that clown is a fucking dick.
Such an asshole. And it's not, I don't even hate him. I just like, why do you exist?
Right. Yeah.
But I guess like things that I enjoy is kind of the same as everything else. Everybody else, I enjoy just, if I feel like leaving tomorrow, I'm going to leave.
Okay.
I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna try and get what I want within reason. I'm not a dickhead clown or anything, but yeah, I just go my own way.
Cool. You could go. Yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
wow. Awesome.
Show tunes included.
Beautiful. What did you want to do before you joined the circus?
Not live like my family. Just hanging out on rocks, hunting for food, staring at the sky all day.
Gotcha.
And us lizard folk are usually very easygoing, and they were understanding that I was different.
Okay.
They didn't get why, but they, everyone needs to make their own path. So
Yeah.
I just, picked up everything I owned, which was really nothing, some like bone dagger, whatever, and just hit the road. And see, my friend here says he hates humans, but they're fantastic because of their idiocy. Because you can just trick them out of anything. If you really try hard enough, anything that's theirs is yours.
Okay. All right. And that bone dagger, would you consider that a prized possession?
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone?
Yeah, I broke it on something.
So do you have any prized possessions?
Yes, my big blue hat with a purple feather in it, and my sword, my rapier. Excuse me.
All right. Sounds like you've got a little bit of wanderlust,
Yeah,
which,
I can't wait to get off this island someday.
someday. Love it. Mud, what did you want to do before you joined the circus?
Nothing really particularly different. Just to be loved and admired and famous, and that no one would ever argue with me, and that everyone would think I'm the best and that no one was better than me at anything. Because I am chosen by God, a couple of them.
I was going to say multiple.
To be the best. I literally have a destiny.
Yeah.
Whatever was.
Like no one ever was.
Right.
So yeah, literally just, to be the best and have everyone love me, and never have anyone be better than me at anything, because I get real fucking jealous about it.
Right.
And yeah, I don't like people being better than me at all.
Dang.
Yeah.
Do you have a prized possession?
No. Just my will and my determination, because I'm literally the best.
Right.
And I'm once again chosen.
And it sounds like those are like worthy of being prized.
Yeah.
Like better than a possession.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because they're mine and no one else can have it.
Right,
Because
yeah.
I'm the best and chosen.
Should I call you chosen one?
Chosen one.
Chosen mud.
Chosen mud. I'm coming.
Yeah, probably. I would.
That's incredible.
I heavily suggest that to most people. That
Yeah.
I just want to say, if we don't make a religion by the end of this campaign, I'm going to be real upset.
Awesome. All right. Brennan, so fact and detail oriented. What did you want to do before joining the circus?
Well, originally when I left the sewers, I'd heard of this group of people whose basically job it was to go explore the world and discover the truths in history of things and write it all down and whatnot. But I never did find my way to joining their ranks. Discovered the Mistress Dustlight Celestial Menagerie instead, and it just kind of fit what I was trying to do. I wasn't in the sewers anymore. I got to sleep on a bed every night instead of a scrap heap. There weren't other Yusoki around, a lot of humans, but they're not that bad. They're not all terrible. And it was just, I could work on the books. I learned a lot about treating wounds and did a lot of work behind the scenes. For whatever reason, Mistress Dusklight wasn't a huge fan of having me on stage. She said I unsettled people, which doesn't make any sense to me, but that's just how it went. And now I'm part of the Circus of Wayward Wonders instead.
Cool. And do you have a prized possession?
I've got a couple of things. Some things stay in my cheek pouches until they're needed, but my rapier is something that I don't want other people to touch, and I'd rather not have people ask where I got it either. But I do love that Zaresk also fights with a rapier. Sometimes we spar.
It's true.
It's weird because I like training with him a lot because most opponents are larger than me, so training with somebody that's significantly larger than me, I think is just helpful.
He won't let me train with him anymore.
You're getting significantly better.
Yeah, it's just, if my stature allowed me to be a little stronger, it would be nice.
Got to spend some time with the circus strongman.
Well, I spend most of my time reading and doing basically being an accountant, so.
I've been finding him heavier books. I don't know what's in them, but they're heavy.
But they are
Fascinating
significantly heavy. Heavy with knowledge. Excellent.
Oh, also, the glasses I wear on the tip of my snout are very important, and I would be very upset if they ever broke.
They make you look adorable.
They make me look smart, too. And they fall off all the time. Luckily, there's no lenses in them, so they don't break.
And then he crawls around on his hands and feet, and he's like, I can't see anything without my glasses.
Yeah, obviously, they're too far down my nose to actually do anything for me, but I wear them just so people see me and think, oh, he must be smart.
It works. I really think it works. Wonderful. Curva, before you washed up on this island and found this circus, what did you want to do?
I honestly just wanted to keep on sailing. That was the life I knew, and it worked out well for me. So there was no goal beyond that. That was the life I was given, and that's what suited me. After the shipwreck, I was trying to figure out how to get some scratch together to go back out on the waters, but I didn't have a captain that I could trust, so that was hard to accomplish.
I imagine
it's an open question as to whether or not if the opportunity arises, he'll just decide to go back to the life of a sailor, though.
Yo ho, yo ho. Did you manage to bring any prized possessions with you after that shipwreck?
I did recover from the wreckage my mop, which was given to me by the chef.
Oh, kind of like a family memento.
Wait, what? What do you mop?
It was kind of so. It was because he didn't want to actually do this cleaning in the kitchen.
So here, if you're going to be here, you might as well do this.
Yeah, that was almost the exact conversation. Yeah,
I love it. Fulgrim, you've spoken about a bar a couple times. Is that? I assume that's what you wanted to do before you joined the circus.
That's what I was doing before I joined the circus. Unfortunately, it burnt down. So I really wanted to be known for brewing a popular liquor brewed from the local fruit grown on the Isle of Kortos. Unfortunately, that still burnt down under suspicious circumstances. And So that's why I had to leave and come out onto the road and join the circus.
All right. And do you have any prized possessions that accompany you on the road?
My clan dagger. It's a dwarven artifact passed down from my grandfather. It has a lot of significance for me, both culturally and religiously. I've gotten it when I was born, and I will keep it until I die.
Okay. I like that. Thank you.
It's hardcore.
Super. I will keep it until I die, and they will
got
pry it
serious
from
real
my
fast.
cold, dead hands, my dwarf hands. All right, guys. So that is all I have for questions. I think we covered all of those things. I want to give you the opportunity. Is there anything that I didn't ask that you think is pertinent information about your character, or do you have questions for each other?
Before joining the current circus, as part of Mistress Dusklight circus, that fucking clown. I'm a really competitive person.
Okay.
And there was this kid that was kind of like showboating at some of the games, and that stupid clown at her circus started talking to me about how this kid was talking about a lot of crap about me, and got him to come over and kind of showboat in front of me, and I hit him. He was 8, and I hit him in the face really hard, and then I didn't stop. And I got fired. But I was going to get fired anyway because Mistress Dusklight was super racist, even though she was a catfolk. You'll notice that all of the acts that were headlining her shows were humans. Every single one of them. She wouldn't promote anyone or put anyone in a position of power that wasn't a human, at least in my eyes. So that's how I ended up here.
Okay.
Yeah, I also worked for Mistress Dusklight for a time, and it took... I don't want to say I got over the fact that she was a cat folk. They rubbed me the wrong way in a lot of ways. For some reason, I feel like I sneeze a lot when I'm around them. But it's just, she looked at me in a way that made me very uncomfortable all the time. Okay. I also was never on stage. And when I heard about what happened with Mud, I saw that as an opportunity to get out of there because I felt not safe. And I said, hey, Curva, why don't you come along?
I pretty much just did because I didn't have any problem with her because she was sort of beneath my notice. I had decided that Brennan was the person who was kind of telling me what to do, not the ringleader. So it didn't make much difference where I was doing it.
I figured if I was going to follow the tiefling that I need some muscle on our side as well. And Curva's not bad company by any means.
The thing is that Mistress Dusklight, a lot of her headliners, they don't pick up after themselves.
That's very frustrating.
They expect us to do it, and that gets wearisome. Everyone pitches in.
Bunch of divas. Yeah, sounds like
bunch of divas. Is much better. Especially that lion tamer. She was the worst.
Especially that lion.
the lion didn't give me as much trouble. I thought he was supposed to be a solid bro.
That lion tamer turned me down 3 times. Danica, yeah. Irregardless of how great I am, which is why humans are stupid. She had no idea how great I was.
Yeah. That lion would look at me a lot like Mistress Dusklight would, and it was just not a comfortable working situation.
I like to imagine that you engineered situations where, if Mistress Dusklight was going to be alone with you, you would make sure that I was somewhere nearby.
As nearby as possible.
Just mopping a bunch of hay in the background, making a mess
right now.
There's so much hay in that mop right now. It's just
this hay is so dirty.
So we showed up, Monsieur Fulgrim and I at the circus one day, and I saw Curva was struggling to put a beam somewhere. I don't know how rigging works. So I just tried to help hoist things to where they should go. And while we were moving stuff around, this stupid dickhead clown comes out of nowhere and tries to trip me. But I'm light on my feet, even though I'm 6'8" and probably a good 275. You know, so I just, bloop, bloop, definitely jumped out of the way. But I'll never forget that guy. I'm pretty sure it's a person, like a human, but they wear a lot of bright, colorful, and it doesn't look good. Why? I just, like I know fashion. I say with my blue hat and my purple feather.
And
my red coat and my...
You have a red coat?
I have a red cloak, excuse me. My red cape. Yeah. I can't remember what...
No recollection of this incident.
You look like any starting character in a new expansion that just has super mismatched gear.
Yeah,
Looks like a
absolutely. Yes, my shirt is blue with like white frillies on it, like cream colored frillies.
Fancy.
They're nice colors.
Like a Flash elemental.
I'm definitely a flashy elemental.
Oh, I said Clash, but they both work.
No, I like that.
Clashing and flashing. What? Yikes.
All right. I'll have a question for the group, right? This could be a everybody answer. What would be the name of my signature liquor that I was trying to make? And one day we'll attempt and perhaps perfect. You could cut that to make that sound good, right?
You can leave it in.
You're a magician, right?
Fulgrim's fulminating.
He seems a little more down to earth than all that. Like, I feel like it's got to be real, like, just like Earthblood or something like that. It just got to be like really.
Sorry, Ben, go on.
Trying to think.
No, I get the intimation I get from Fulgrim is that he's pretty down to earth, pretty not. He doesn't put on a lot of airs. He's like pretty honest and straightforward. Is that accurate?
Yes, that would be accurate.
What's your clan?
I have to pick that. I have to get a good clan.
What about like? I'm trying to think of a Pathfinder analog for like Fireball whiskey.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's not something like just it's Fire Belly Brandy. Just something a little bit more creative than that.
Okay.
But,
The Fire Belly Bounce.
Hold on.
What about Fulgrim's Flask Filler? Blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that's not bad.
All right.
Fulgrim's Flaming. I don't know why.
yeah, Fulgrim's
It's
Flaming
gotta be on
Flask.
fire.
Yeah. It does have to. Like I feel it has to be on fire too.
Flask filler.
Two things that make a signature cocktail. You have to light it on fire, and it has to have children's cough medicine. Anybody get that reference?
God,
No,
I
that's
love
fine.
Robitussin.
All right.
How about Charred Bar Bourbon?
Charred bar bourbon.
Because your bar
Your bar
burned.
burned down.
Wow, actually.
Well, he was trying to make this before his bar.
Yeah.
This was going to be a signature.
Oh my gosh, he kept a barrel that was on
he
fire.
sheds a single
my
tear
goodness.
every time he makes it.
I do like that. So the flaming flask is one, and the charred bar bourbon. All right.
Smoking, like a smoking bar top or something.
Yeah.
Smoking bar top.
Fantastic.
Smoky bar top.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a question for everyone. Can we all say what we tend to do in our off hours when we're not doing actual like circus work?
I like that.
I like reading whatever I can to learn more of the truths about the world.
But you're like not reading from like library stuff, right? You're like reading whatever other people bring in.
Whatever I can get, yeah.
From whatever places that we stop at.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Me, I like brewing. I have definitely a still in whatever bunk that I have. It's going 24/7 and making you all taste test the latest batch
Sounds
of
fantastic.
liquor.
I want to do that in real life.
Yeah, right?
JB, start brewing.
All right.
We did for a while, but
Will
they kept
do.
coming back gross.
Yeah, I'll go next. I would probably. There's a part of me that wants to be an act, right? Like I want to essentially make my own act, but I actually don't know who's in charge here, and I don't know who I would like pitch that to. So I just keep like trying to perform certain things in front of random people that I think work at the circus.
Okay.
Or I would try and swindle patrons out of their gold by pretending that I'm an act, or like having them, I don't know, do either duel me in something or like arm wrestle or like, I don't know, some crazy performance thing. And I'm usually better than most people, which makes our friend Mud not very happy. So they don't watch me when I do that.
Do you just put your hat out and they can like put coins in it while you're doing your stuff?
Option. Yeah. As long as I get coins.
Yeah, that's fun.
Mud doesn't stop. So he is trying to recruit people for the circus at all times, from people that are coming to visit it, exclusively non-humans, acting to any new recruit as if he actually runs the place. Like that assistant manager that's just like, I decide this and that. And like Dwight shooting it up almost.
Okay.
And yeah, pretty much just
to the ringmaster.
What's that?
Your assistant to the ringmaster?
No, the assistant ringmaster. And yeah, just trying to build up the circus in the best way he can, and make sure that everyone understands that he is the go-to person and the boss.
Okay, I'd like to take back something that I said before. I often find myself performing either for people in front of Mud because I think he's in charge.
I mean, if you like swindling humans, that's right up my fucking alley.
Yeah, and I usually pinpoint the humans to swindle.
Yeah.
Because they're easy.
So Curva is generally he kind of wanders around quite a bit in his off hours, like the premises, because frankly the world of landwalkers is still really strange, and a circus doesn't really make sense to him, like the purpose of it. Like he certainly understands that there is structure, but not what its function is. So he does kind of skulk around a lot, trying to get other people's take on what's going on. Using his standard alibi of I'm mopping here.
I want that to be the New York City slang. I'm mopping here.
I'm mopping here.
Hey, Ma, I'm mopping here.
I do want to say that while Brennan is not reading, if he takes a break from that, he is constantly like, hey, let me look at that, and like poking at people and trying to familiarize himself with the anatomy of different races, especially when he's surrounded by so many different types of people.
Okay.
Like he wants to make sure he understands how like things work on the inside. Let me look down your throat there, lizard.
All right. I like
Brennan, have you taught me any like rat folk games or the like? Have you tried to teach me any games?
The problem is there's not enough of us here. We need at least a dozen people for any of the games that I knew growing up.
That's fair. That's fair.
I just imagine that you have some form of like werewolf
Yes,
to
that's what I was
play,
thinking.
but it's like the rat folk game.
But you need at least, for that game, you need at least 20.
Right.
And I can never get other people to join in, so I've never taught anybody the game. And I've forgotten most of the rules, but no, he wouldn't make it up as he went.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't teach people, because he's forgotten too many of the rules.
Yeah.
He can't do it if it's not right.
See, I gotta be honest. The first thing that popped into my head was Red Rover.
Nice. Fulgrim, you seem like you'd probably know a lot of like drinking games or the like. Is that like, do you also drink a lot in your off hours?
No. Fulgrim is definitely not a drunk. He likes to experiment and test things out. He doesn't get blasted too much. He likes to keep in control as much as he can. But he does know a lot of drinking games. He does know a lot of games, betting games, to make people, just give up those coins just a little bit easier, and keep people in the bar for just a little bit longer, which makes him a good addition to the circus for the beer tent or the games portion of the circus. Just keeping people around, right? Either intoxicated and happy, or being able to be friendly with them.
I don't know why I'm so interested in you as a barkeep, but like, how rowdy does a crowd have to get before you kick them out?
Oh, gee whiz. The crowd has to get fairly rowdy. I mean, with the brews that he was making, with the liquors that he was distilling, because he's definitely not one for like just the regular brews, right? Anybody could get those anywhere. No, he wanted to make like the highest strength alcohol that he could. Something like just a hair short of dangerous. And he did.
Everclear?
Yeah, exactly. And then, so, but if anything did get out of hand, right, he was able to count on Zaresk to handle things, right? Zaresk was always in the background, always having a drink, and he was able to count on Zaresk for a lot of the muscle in the bar. And he himself had a few tricks up his sleeve as well.
But my friend, do not sell yourself short. I have seen you carry 3 people one time. Unless that was a different dwarf that I do not remember.
They were very small people.
Understood. They were halflings, no?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's awesome.
So, what's Curva, right? What brought you from the shipwreck to the circus?
I just wandered inland. You know, I didn't recognize the waters that we were in when the shipwreck brought me ashore. So I just wandered inland. And I suppose I just kind of wandered into an area that that Brennan saw me from. But I don't know. I don't know if you would have a place that you would have like investigated for some reason, or if like you would have been like walking around in some location that wasn't the circus. But if it was the circus, that's fine too.
I believe that the first circus, the menagerie of Mistress Dustliketh's Celestial Menagerie, is about the city of Escobar. Is it Escobar?
Let's say Escobar then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Escadar.
I wandered smelling of dead fish, without a shirt, wielding a mop, and just wondering what I was supposed to be doing. And Brennan took notice, let's say.
I do notice things like that very easily, yes.
Yeah.
So, Brennan, what brought you to the city of Escobar? Escadar, damn it. All right.
Cinnabar City.
So, Brennan, what brought you to the city of Escobar? Fuck, that was twice.
You did it again.
That was amazing.
Escadar.
Leave that all in.
Take 3.
Brennan, what brought you to the city of Escadar?
There you go.
You did it.
3 times charm.
Everybody clap. It was mostly trying to find some place that wasn't a dingy, smelly sewer of Absalom. And I was trying to find out about this other group of people. Some kind of society. I never found out their true name. I just heard rumors. And the circus seemed like a safe place. In retrospect, it wasn't the best idea being run by a cat folk lady, but you live and you learn.
Hindsight.
Yes.
All right. I guess I could just ask that.
You got more?
All right. Zaresk, what brought us up to the city of Escadar?
We are currently in Escadar.
We have met the others in the circus of the Dustliketh's Celestial Menagerie.
No, we showed up at this current circus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we showed up outside of Everton.
Yeah.
Okay. So what brought us to Everton then?
We went this way and that. You were quite distraught when your bar burned down, so I kind of told you just, hey, why don't you come wander a bit with me? Maybe we can find some nice things in the wilderness to brew with, and a bit of honey here and some interesting leaves that I still have dreams about there. We rounded upon a circus and it had some nice smells, so I walked in.
Maybe Zaresk tempted you into expanding your repertoire by talking about exotic lizard folk reagents or ingredients that you're not familiar with, and you figured you'd follow along.
We did consume a lot of rockbird.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We did consume a lot of rockbird.
Rockbird?
Yes.
Am I hearing that right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was again, I don't know the term in your tongue.
Pigeon. You're going to call that a pigeon.
Ah, yeah, they had an interesting cooing.
I believe what you mean is cockatrice that turns people into rocks.
Yes. Large.
No, I was talking about
ones.
rocks.
I think what
Like
you mean
the
is a
big birds, the
cockatrice,
rocks.
which watches other people turning other people into rocks.
I'm sorry.
And you broke Taylor.
That was great. Wow. That was a stretch and it worked.
Thanks.
Incredible.
Wasn't sure about that one.
The cockatrice, yes.
Yes, the noble cockatrice.
That is unfortunately what killed the rest of my litter or whatever you called it.
Clutch.
Yes.
How do you deal with the fact that some people who travel with you do not recognize how great you are?
Me?
Yeah.
I get real fucking upset about it.
Well, like, you can't do that constantly, right? Like, there's got to be a lot of people who don't recognize that you're the
It
best.
depends on the audience, like almost exclusively. I can certainly be goaded into it when I'm an adrenaline junkie. So if it's just out and about, we're at a bar, we're having a good time, and someone starts talking crap or whatever, I can normally brush that off pretty easily. If things get heated or physical in any way, I simply just can't stop.
Okay. When you said adrenaline junkie, I'm like, oh, Jason Statham, got it.
No, more someone shoved me, and now someone's going to die. And I'm going to need to be pulled off of somebody because they bumped into me wrong.
Oof.
Sounds like never mind.
Yep. All right. So I'm sure that we'll have many more questions as we move forward with this adventure and this campaign, but that's going to wrap it up for us for session 0. So make sure that you stay tuned when we do episode 1 coming right up, and we start talking all about the Circus of Wayward Wonders, and you guys are going to put on a show. So be sure to check us out on episode 1.